Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar that I hope will provide you with some valuable information and bring to light some issues and difficulties that sometimes arise when parents of children decide to go their separate ways. Those are times of great uncertainty and change, and they affect all aspects of our lives. So I do hope that today we will be able to impart some knowledge and inform what support is available and give you more confidence to be able to make the right choices for yourself. My name is Vladimir and I'm presenting this webinar on behalf of Services Australia's Financial Information Service. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands we all live on today and extend Services Australia's respect to all elders past and present of all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander nations. I'm joining you today from Gadigal country of the Eora Nation in Sydney, New South Wales. If you're attending our webinars for the first time, we have a question and answer feature you can use to ask questions while the webinar is in progress. You can access this feature by clicking on the icon that looks like a speech bubble with a question mark in it. It's near the top right-hand side of your screen. And in the interest of protecting your privacy, please use your first name only or tick the box to send your question anonymously. We've got a team of moderators on hand from Child Support and the Financial Information Service. They will either reply to your questions directly or by sharing the answer with everyone else here if we think the information might be helpful for them as well. For those watching on YouTube after the live event, you can find and use the links shared during the live event in the summary section below the video. With us today, we have my colleagues Janine from Child Support and Fiona from the Financial Information Service. They will provide some valuable insight into important issues surrounding separation, support services and payments available, steps and actions you can take to mitigate and take control of your new circumstances. We'll cover a range of different topics today, from the government payments and concession cards available to support separated parents, steps involved in taking action for child support, where can you get some assistance and support, budgeting information and creating short and longer term goals, rules around superannuation and insurance. We'll also go over what online tools are available to make it easier and simpler for you so you can have an opportunity to engage with Services Australia at the time when it suits you. There's quite a bit to cover, so feel free to take notes as we go and make use of that question and answer function to your right. And remember, this event is being recorded to give you the opportunity to watch it in your own time later on. We are the Financial Information Service. That means we don't provide financial advice. Financial advice involves telling people what to do with their money and how and when to do it. We don't do that. We provide free, independent, and confidential information, regardless of who you are, to help you understand your financial options and to empower you and provide you with resources so you can take control of your finances and feel more confident in making your own decisions. I'd like to point out that today's presentation is general information only. The information discussed in this webinar is correct as at today's date, being the 23rd of October 2024. So it's always best to refer to our website for more information, for any updates and changes to our payment rates, thresholds and entitlements. Especially for those watching only the recorded version of this presentation later, please visit our website to make sure you're up to date. Please remember that there is help available if you're experiencing family and domestic violence, or you're concerned about your and your family's safety. Family and domestic violence is any behavior that's violent, threatening, controlling, or intended to make you or your family feel scared and unsafe. If you're in immediate danger, call 000. To access 24/7 counseling and support, call 1-800-RESPECT on 1-800-737-732. If you're concerned about your or your children's safety, you can also call your regular payment line and ask to speak with a social worker. Now we'll dive straight in and talk about some of the personal and financial safety concerns when separating and actions you can take to help your situation and mitigate future complications. To do this, I will hand you over to my colleague Janine from Child Support. Janine?
Thanks, Vlad. Hi, everyone. My name is Janine. I've worked for Child Support for approximately 27 years, and I'm currently a decision maker in the change of assessment team in our Child Support and Tailored Services branch. Today, we're talking about separation, and we want to start with some information about your personal and financial safety when separating. There may be a lot of information and joint agreements you had as a couple, which now need to be changed because you're no longer together. We're going to pop a link in the chat to help you through the separation process, and there's a lot of information available online about separating safely. Social workers are available if you need some extra support. If your ex-partner knew your login details to your MyGov and other accounts, including online banking, update your passwords to protect yourself and your information. If you nominated your ex-partner to speak to us or act on your behalf, update these details. Do this for Services Australia, as well as bank accounts, insurance policies, etc. Redirect your mail so you receive notices from Services Australia because they include important information. If you and your ex-partner have a joint bank account, open your own account. Keep making payments on anything you are jointly responsible for example, loan repayments, school fees, etc. And remember, it is important to keep all receipts for payments you make on any joint loans, debts, bills, etc. Speak to your bank about separating loans you are responsible for. Get help with key budgeting skills if you haven't been the one in the relationship to handle finances, or even if you just like to improve your skills. Speak to a financial counsellor. There are some charities and other community services that provide financial counselling. Speak to utility services about separating bills. Remember to update your details with Medicare, Centrelink and Child Support. Services Australia can provide you with supports and referrals for a number of different services. You just need to ask. You can apply for a crisis payment if you receive an income support payment and you are experiencing family or domestic violence. It is really important to notify us within 14 days of separation, so any existing payments can be reassessed based on your new circumstances and changed income. Tell us as soon as possible when your circumstances change. Don't delay telling us because changes can't always be backdated, and if we can backdate the change, you may end up with a debt or an overpayment when you do finally notify us. Child Support is here to help you financially provide for your children and to assist with transfer of payments between parents if required. If you are struggling to pay your child support debt, you should contact us to discuss your options. We might be able to make changes to your debt repayment amounts or your assessment if your circumstances or income have changed. Even if your income is low, it is really important to lodge your tax returns on time to avoid any debt or overpayment. Your income is one of the things we may backdate in the assessment, and we don't want you ending up in debt or repaying an overpayment simply because your tax return was lodged late. Don't be afraid to ask for help from other organisations. Charity organisations can help separated people with legal services, housing, aid, counselling and domestic violence support services. Websites such as Ask Izzy can search over 400,000 support services to assist you to find the help you need now and in an area close to you. We will pop some links in the chat for you to access. You can access 24/7 counselling and support from 1-800-RESPECT. Now, if you want to write this number down, the Family Relationship Advice line can help you with family issues and separation on 1-800-050-321. Our service officers refer people to this service all the time, even our long-term separated customers. The link to their website will also be popped into the chat. National Legal Aid can help you find the Legal Aid Commission in your state or territory for any legal issues or questions you may have. Your state or local government may also have other programs to assist you. Services Australia can also help. We have a payment finder and information on where to go if you're facing financial hardship. Just go to the Services Australia homepage and type what you're looking for in the search bar. We will pop a webpage link in the chat with additional help options which could assist you or a friend. We have social workers available who can chat with you and support you in applying for government payments. As I mentioned earlier, the crisis payment can help if you are in a dangerous situation and receiving a Centrelink income support payment. You can contact the Financial Information Service to discuss your financial circumstances and if you would like help with budgeting. It is important to communicate with us. Ask for an extension if needed, and again, don't be afraid to ask for help from charity organisations until you get back on your feet. If you're not currently in receipt of any benefits, lodge a claim as soon as possible for payments such as income support payments, including parenting payment, family tax benefit, childcare subsidy, rent assistance, and paid parental leave. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep your details up to date with us. Tell us as soon as possible of any changes to care of children, income, addresses, phone numbers, bank details, etc. If any of your details change, you need to make sure you update Centrelink, Medicare, and child support separately. We do share some information, but don't assume your information has been updated and passed on. It's also important to make some updates in a particular order. For example, separating your record from your ex-partner before you update your address. We can help you with this. Also be aware that some rules, requirements and legislation are different between child support, Centrelink and Medicare. Information you provide isn't always able to be shared between different parts of the agency. We can chat with you to help you understand how we work out your payments and support. Another really important point is to ensure you read our letters. Please don't throw them straight in the bin. Letters have valuable information about your government assistance, as well as your child support case and assessments. Make sure your address is updated, or better yet, register to receive your letters online so you receive this information. Family tax benefit is a two-part payment that helps with the cost of raising children. To get this, you must have a dependent child or full-time secondary student aged 16 to 19 who isn't getting a pension, payment or benefit like youth allowance. You must care for the child at least 35% of the time, and you must meet an income test. You can choose how you get family tax benefit, either annually or fortnightly. Keep in mind that after the end of the financial year, we balance your payments, comparing your estimated family income to your actual family income to make sure we pay you the right amount. You have 1 year from the end of the financial year to confirm your income for family tax benefit or claim it as a lump sum. You can also ask for your family tax benefit payment to be offset. This means your family tax benefit can be paid on a different week to your income support payment if you receive one. How much family tax benefit you get depends on your situation. If you're paying rent, you may be eligible for rent assistance in addition to your family tax benefit. If eligible for family tax benefit, rent assistance will usually be paid with your family tax benefit Part A rather than an income support payment, and it's generally a higher rate. The maintenance action test ensures reasonable action is taken to obtain child support for a child from a previous relationship for customers claiming more than the base rate of family tax benefit. You can meet the maintenance action test by having a child support assessment made by child support, a valid exemption, or be in the process of applying for an assessment or exemption. There is a period of time for you to decide how to take maintenance action. We call this the deciding maintenance action period. You have 13 weeks to take reasonable maintenance action from the last date of the date your child was born or entered your care, the date you separated from the other parent, the date your percentage of care increased to 35% or more, or the date you first become eligible to apply for child support. If you don't apply for a child support assessment or a valid exemption, your rate of family tax benefit Part A will be limited to the base rate, which can impact your eligibility for rent assistance and to a healthcare card. Parents paying child support meet the maintenance action test by being the paying parent in the child support case. We can discuss your situation with you, as you may be eligible for an exemption from meeting the maintenance action test. In some cases, exemptions need to be assessed by a social worker. We'll let you know if this applies to you. Reasons for an exemption include if you feel seeking child support could affect the safety of you or your family. It may cause harm for you or the person paying. If you do not know who the other parent is or have been unable to prove this legally. If a child is born in a surrogacy arrangement, if cultural reasons make it hard or inappropriate to seek child support, where the other parent has died or can't be found, or other exceptional circumstances, and these will be addressed on a case-by-case basis. Generally, the more child support you get or you're entitled to get, the less family tax benefit Part A we pay you. We use the maintenance income test to work this out. You will be better off financially if you receive maintenance income, despite any reduction to your family tax benefit Part A rate. If you have children from more than one relationship, the maintenance income test will limit the amount of child support that can reduce your family tax benefit Part A by creating a maintenance income test ceiling. If you receive rent assistance with your family tax benefit, the amount of rent assistance you receive can be reduced based on the amount of child support you're entitled to receive. Where the child support entitlement is high enough, rent assistance can be reduced to zero, and you will also only receive the base rate of family tax benefit Part A. This is different to cases where family tax benefit Part A has been reduced to the base rate due to the maintenance action test. In these situations, rent assistance can be paid with the income support payment. You can choose to have child support collect your child support payments on your behalf, or you can choose to collect your child support payments privately from the paying parent. If you choose to collect privately, you are assessed as receiving your full child support payments under the maintenance income test. If you choose child support to collect on your behalf, we will have a record of child support payments you have received. If you are not receiving your full child support payments and your family tax benefit payments are being reduced, you can contact Centrelink to discuss your options for how we assess those amounts under the maintenance income test. If you are private collect, you may want to contact child support and discuss if child support collection is a better option for you, where it is safe and appropriate to do so. Child support is usually calculated based on a formula that uses both parents' incomes and the number of nights each parent cares for the child or children. It's an amount of money paid between parents who aren't in a relationship to ensure both parents are meeting the financial cost of raising their children according to their capacity. It is not a government payment. Only money that has been paid by one parent will be sent to the other parent or carer. We help parents understand how much child support they need to pay or are entitled to receive, and we can help transfer payments between parents. You can choose between 3 options to receive or pay child support. If you receive child support, you can decide how you would like to collect it, and you can change this at any time. Child support collection is where we collect payments from the paying parent and transfer the money to the receiving parent. We only transfer payments when we receive them from the paying parent. We can't send payments to you until we collect them. This is a free service, and we keep records of payments and attempt to collect any debts, but it's important to remember that while we will always try to collect child support payments, we can never guarantee payments or how frequently you receive them. Private collection is where we work out how much child support should be paid, and the parents work out between them how and when payments are made. The paying parent pays child support directly to the receiving parent. You will both need to keep payment records. If the receiving parent changes to collection through child support, we can collect up to 3 months of arrears of child support that have not been paid. Self-management is exactly that. You and the other parent decide how much child support is to be paid and when it will be paid. If you ask child support to collect on your behalf, we cannot collect any outstanding arrears from past periods. And if you self-manage child support and receive family tax benefit, you will only receive the base rate of Family Tax Benefit Part A. Changes to your existing child support assessment, including a change in the care arrangements, can be made through MyGov in your child support online account, or you can call us. There is a change of assessment in special circumstances process available to consider expenses that are out of the ordinary or special, such as children's braces or private school fees, for example. Don't hesitate to contact us to discuss the change of assessment process if you believe you or your ex-partner are being assessed incorrectly. And you can always call us if you don't understand our letters. As I mentioned earlier, I cannot stress enough how important it is that you keep accurate records. There may be occasions during your child support journey when we ask you to provide evidence to support or contest a claim either you or the other parent has made. Keep records of care, such as text messages and emails, and make notes of any phone conversations between the two of you, including dates and times. Keep receipts and/or bank statements as records of payments made. However you choose to keep these records is up to you, whether you make notes in your phone, buy a diary or calendar from the $2 shop, but just keep records. It is much easier for you to keep records as you go. Don't rely on your memory to be able to record this info later down the track. I struggle to remember what I ate for breakfast, let alone something that happened 2 weeks ago. We know that separation has a big impact on your life and your finances. Things have changed and you will need to make adjustments, and we know that might be difficult. Child support is an important piece of the puzzle when you are separating and managing finances. We encourage you to look at information available on our website, contact us if anything changes, try to budget to your new circumstances as best you can, and ask us for help if you need it. I'll now hand over to Fiona. Thanks, Fiona.
Thank you, Janine, for that valuable information. As shown on this slide, Services Australia offers a range of payments and services to assist with changes in life events, such as separation. We will now cover the main ones in more detail. If your child is already attending an approved childcare service, it's important to check if childcare subsidy has been claimed and that you have confirmed your child's enrolment. You should speak with your childcare service if you need to change the enrolment information and ask them to submit the new enrolment information with us so you can confirm them online. If you haven't claimed childcare subsidy, you can do this online. We can only pay childcare subsidy direct to your childcare service once your childcare subsidy claim has been approved and you've confirmed your child's enrolment details. Before confirming your enrolment details, you must make sure they match your complying written arrangement, CWA. Your CWA is the agreement between you and your childcare service. It must be completed by your childcare service and includes details about your care sessions and fees. The same person claiming childcare subsidy needs to have the CWA with the childcare service. Parental leave pay can be paid while you care for a child born or adopted after the 1st of July 2023. You must make an application, be caring for or adopted a child after the 1st of July 2023, have met the income test, not be working on your parental leave pay days, there are some allowable reasons, have met the work test, meet residence requirements, if the child is a newborn, have registered or applied to register your child's birth with your state or territory birth registry. You can learn more about parental leave pay on our website or by contacting us. Along with family tax benefit, which Janine has already discussed, parenting payment provides financial assistance for parents. An income and asset test applies to parenting payment. I will be covering this later. To be eligible, you must be the principal carer for the child or children. For single parents, the child must be under 14 years old. The rate of parenting payment is dependent on whether you are single or partnered and is indexed twice a year. The current rate appears on the screen. The threshold of $220.60 is for a single parent with one child. The threshold increases by $60 per fortnight for each additional child. Income over the threshold reduces the rate by 40 cents for each dollar over the threshold. Most payments are paid based on your level of income and assets. Income is assessable and can be less than the actual. For example, deemed income versus actual, wages less work bonus or working credit. Assets are based on net current value. I will now provide more detail on the assessment of income and assets. Income includes gross earnings from employment, including salary sacrificed income, overseas income, income streams including annuities, some account-based income streams, defined benefit pensions and pooled lifetime income streams, rent from real estate, farm or business income, deemed income on financial investments, trust distributions, and more. We look at the value and type of any assets you own in and outside of Australia. The value of a person's or couple's assets are used to determine the rate of payment under the assets test. When a person has separated, they need to declare any interest they have in jointly owned assets. For financial assets such as bank accounts, we use the current balance. For other assets such as real estate or cars, we use the current net market value, or what you estimate that you would receive if you sold the asset. The principal home and surrounding land is exempt up to an area of 2 hectares. There can be exceptions to the area exempt. To find out more, see our website or contact us to discuss your circumstances. Assets above the threshold will reduce the pension rate by $3 per fortnight for each $1,000. Please note that there are different thresholds depending on whether you are single, partnered, a homeowner, or a non-homeowner. Your income tested rate is compared to your asset tested rate. You are paid according to which test pays the lower rate. Which test that applies can change based on any changes in your circumstances. This is an online tool that asks general questions about your circumstances to help you find what payment and services you may be eligible for. You can find it on the Services Australia website. You can also find a child support estimator on our website by typing in the search field QC 60019. The best way to claim is online via my.gov.au. Documents can be supplied online by uploading them to your account using the Document Lodgement service. When you claim online, you can track the progress of your claim. If you need assistance, you can call or visit a service centre. Customers who have supplied their proof of identification previously may not need to do this again, but if required, proof of identity must usually be lodged in person. Customers must also verify their income and assets, such as bank statements, tax returns, share certificates, etc. Your payment date is determined at commencement and can be changed. As Janine has mentioned, you may also be eligible for rent assistance if renting or remote area allowance. Most income support payments are taxable. You can request to have tax deducted and nominate an amount. Centrepay can assist with managing your bills by having funds sent directly, such as to your electricity provider. Advance payments, where you can apply for a lump sum to assist with unexpected events, may be available. I will join Janine in stressing that you have 14 days to notify Centrelink of a change in your circumstances. Telling us within 14 days ensures that you don't miss out on payments you may be entitled to, including arrears, and avoids overpayments. We've covered a lot of ground and there is more to come. My colleague Vlad will now continue the presentation.
Thanks, Fiona. We're now going to talk about some other services we offer at Services Australia and some concessions you may be entitled to other than just payments and benefits. On your screen now, you have two different concession cards. These are the pensioner concession card and the healthcare card. If you're in receipt of certain Centrelink pension, for example, a disability, carer, or age pension, you will automatically get a pensioner concession card. That's the one on your left, the blue card. Healthcare card, that's the one on the right, is issued to people who are receiving job seeker payment, youth allowance, Austudy, Abstudy, mobility allowance, parenting payment, or to some low-income recipients of family tax benefit. If you're not receiving any payments from Centrelink and you have low income, consider applying for a low-income healthcare card as a standalone application if your assessed average income is below a certain amount. Now, we'll drop some links about what those limits are in the chat now. Separation, as I'm sure most of you will be aware, is a period of great uncertainty where all aspects of our daily life, the children, our social and financial support system, available means and resources, they all get tested and stretched, and unplanned expenses start to arise out of the blue, so to speak. Knowing how to budget may help you meet those challenges. Money Smart is a government website that's run by the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, otherwise known as ASIC. It has a raft of calculators and education tools and resources to help you increase your financial capability. The budget planner is an invaluable resource to help you achieve your financial goals. I encourage you to go on their website and have a play. I use it all the time. So whether you use the Money Smart website to create your budget or not, having a budget will give you a clearer picture of your current financial position. A budget will enable you to stay in control financially. Once you've taken charge of your income and the outgoings, it may be easier to allocate funds than for the short, medium, or longer term expenses and hopefully achieve those savings goals you plan for. When it comes to budgeting, the most important thing, again, is to start now. To deal with our debt burden, more effectively, it's good practice to list all of our debts together with the relevant interest rate against them. It would help to separate them into good debts or bad debts. Good debts will be the ones you can't be without, really, like your home loan, your council rates, your weekly rent. Those would be your good debts because they're there. Bad debts will be the ones that are usually, they have higher interest rate, like your credit cards, store cards, personal loans, payday loans, etc. You may consider paying off the bad and high interest debts first, or alternatively try to refinance and roll all your debts into the one with the lowest interest rate. But always read and make sure you understand the terms and conditions before signing up for a new loan. That's very important. And if you need extra help, the National Debt Helpline is available to everyone and can link you with free financial counselor that can help you explore options. They can also negotiate with creditors on your behalf. They can put plans in place to manage your debts and get your finances under control. Mob Strong Debt Help is a free nationwide legal service and financial counseling service for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. They can provide information about various things like money or debt problems, insurance, superannuation, etc. A no interest loan, or NILS, helps you borrow money quickly to get back on your feet. A no interest loan from Good Shepherd lets you borrow up to $2,000 for essential goods and services, or up to $3,000 to pay a rental bond or your rent in advance. Also, you can use it towards council rates or costs relating to recovery from a natural disaster. There are no credit checks with NILS loans. A NILS team member will work with you to see if you can afford the loan. You will be expected to pay back only what you borrow with no interest, and generally they expect you to pay it back within 12 to 18 months. To be eligible for a NILS loan, you must meet their income test. Also have a Centrelink healthcare card or a pensioner concession card. You can call the Good Shepherd No Interest Loan Team on 136 457 or find your local community NILS provider to apply. I know it would be incredibly difficult to even contemplate putting money away and save when so much of your life is changing and everything seems beyond your control. It may help if you can focus on one step at a time, so it won't feel so overwhelming. It would be great if you can find a financial mentor, or this could be a family member or a friend who's a good saver or someone you can trust. Important message again here is to start now. Saver Plus is a matched savings and financial education program. It's delivered by community organizations in every state and territory. You can find out more about the Saver Plus program on the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence's website. We'll drop some links about this in the chat as well. If you're returning to work after a while, the employer will give you a standard choice of a super fund form. This form sets out your options. You can choose your existing fund or your employer's fund, or a different fund altogether. It's your choice. When comparing super funds, it's worth comparing their performance, their fees, insurances, and other services they provide. Be aware, of course, that the fund's past performance does not guarantee its future performance. To find out more about this topic, we do have several recorded webinars on our website. Superannuation Basics, Understanding Superannuation, Superannuation for Women, and one called Retirement Income Streams. It is good practice to keep track of your super and manage your accounts. In many instances, changing employers can result in you joining a new super fund, even though you have an existing super fund. But having accounts with multiple super funds can result in paying multiple fees and charges. This could potentially result in losing control of your investments over time, and also add complexity to your overall ability to plan, and may erode your retirement capital over time. You can use the ATO website to help you track down any lost super you might have. Another important point to remember is to check what types of insurance policies you have with your super and if they're the right ones for you. You're paying for them, so make sure they fit their purpose and that you're not duplicating by having same policies providing similar cover outside super as well. Insurance is something you will need to consider, not only updating your circumstances for your policies, but considering whether they are still right for you. Yes, insurance can be costly sometimes, but you also need to consider whether, although you may not be able to budget for the cost of insurance now, will you be able to cover unexpected expenses should something go wrong? It's important that you take the time to consider your options and make the best decisions for you. A great government resource to find out more about various types of insurance policies is moneysmart.gov.au. At Services Australia, we offer a range of self-service options like MyGov, so you can do your business online and get on with more important things. In addition to MyGov, we also have Express Plus apps for people who prefer to use apps. We also have phone self-service with no wait time, but you need to register before you can get started. You can register for phone self-service by phoning us on 136 230. We also have a number of online help guides and step-by-step guides on our YouTube channel. If you need extra help at navigating MyGov, your online Centrelink account, or any of our other services. If you still feel that you need a bit more help, we do offer digital coaching appointments at our service centers where you can bring your own smart device. You can access the financial information service in various ways, by phone, by video chat appointments, or face-to-face appointments, through various community outreach activities, or via recorded or live webinars such as this one. We have various specialist services that everyone can access by phone, depending on your need and circumstances. You can also find the same contact numbers and more if you go to our website at servicesaustralia.gov.au and scroll to the bottom of the page under Contact Us. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and I hope that you have found the information in this webinar useful and that you now have better understanding of payments and services available to you and support services as well, and they can put you back on track sooner. Thanks again, and see you next time.